Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gamestah TV. It is a Friday night. It is freezing in New Zealand, but we are heading for some. Oh, hang on. We're heading for some awesome League of Legends action, brought to you from the Wellington Secondary Schools League of Legends Championship. My name is Crisis. I'm joined in the studio by Poon.
Hello everyone. Hope you guys are all hyped for today's top of the ladder match. So
Top
yeah,
of the table. This is, and I mean, this is not just, opening night top of the table stuff. This is what, 6 weeks into the competition, top of the table. So it's really the cream of the crop that's been rising to the top. And we're excited to bring you Space Monkey Mafia versus Synergee. So it's the Mafia boys who are at the top and unbeaten, aren't they?
yeah, Mafia boys. Yep, they're pretty much the Fnatic versus Oregon, which would SNG right now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure even if Synergy win, it'd be a top place draw. I think Space Monkey Mafia won ahead at the moment, but yeah.
Right,
Very
so
exciting match.
Synergy's dropped a game, so they're kind of getting themselves, they've got an opportunity to get on par with Space Monkey Mafia, get on their level. And Space Monkey Mafia, what's on the line for them tonight is just maintaining their absolute dominance.
Yeah, trying to keep that clean record, 100% win rate for the whole season. So we'll see if they can maintain that.
Well, shout out to everyone who's joined us in the Twitch channel and is absolutely spamming out Monkey Boys and various emoticons. I may well remember how to do Kappa tonight. It's been a while.
Yeah, we the real test.
So we're into the Champ Select, Poon, and on the blue side we've got Space Monkey Mafia, Luke, Spartan 5, SMM Posmil, Reptoxin, Menacol, and on the red team we got Synergee, Dingus, Chainsaw, Kaze, King Tit, and Zeus.
Yeah, both very strong sides, as you know, we've obviously seen, and yeah, interesting bans coming through on the left side, the Orianna, Wukong, and LeBlanc ban. Obviously, a lot of target bans since you don't see a lot of these champions being banned usually. And actually leaving a lot of the OPs up still. And on the right side, Rek'Sai and Sona, and obviously missing out on that third ban because they were late to show. So
Oh, I thought they were like sort of contemplating banning out Menacol's Alistar, but they picked the Alistar. So okay, so they were late, so they got penalised.
yeah,
Well, it
yeah,
is 8:45 here in wintry New Zealand, so fair call.
yeah. But yeah, obviously leaving up the power pick Alistair there for Menacol. That's obviously been destroying on that pick so far. So
Like,
very
do
exciting
they
stuff.
do they not watch our streams? Because every time we've shown Space Monkey Mafia, we've had Menacol on the Alistar, and he's like won MVP a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, we've been raving about Menacol's Alistair, so obviously a lot of teams not showing the kind of respect that the champion should deserve,
They're
especially
disrespecting the cow.
obviously, and we'll see if Menacol can just headbutt them and whip them back into shape. But yeah,
Teach them a lesson, yo. It'll be
very
like,
exciting.
like they've gone out, they're at the club and they've all had a little bit too much to drink, and then Menacol arrives there, and the first thing that he does is headbutt someone just out of the blue.
Just randomly out of the
Don't do
that's
that.
actually Alistair for you.
Don't go
Yeah,
out, get drunk, and headbutt people. We certainly don't endorse that sort of behavior. Okay, so LeBlanc and Oriana banned out by the Space Monkey Mafia. So Kaze is going to be having to dig a little bit deeper into his pool of champions, and coincidentally, he happens to be thinking about things right now and getting ready to pick. So he's got no clues as to what he's going to be playing against at the moment, because there's no mid-pick there for the Space Monkey Mafia just yet, is there, Poon?
no, there hasn't quite yet. And interestingly enough, the LeBlanc band's still pulling bans by Synergy, even though being kind of changed, the W being nerfed and the chain witness, or width, should I say? Witness. Yeah, the width of the chain actually being decreased. So both harder to hit. So interesting the LeBlanc band, but yeah, the Zeb pick comes across and a very strong mid laner and late game hyper carry that obviously Kaze is for Synergy.
So have you seen Kaze playing on the Azir in the past?
I have not, but Azir is renowned for being a carry champion in the mid to late game and wrecking short range ADCs. So
For real.
yeah,
Extreme amount of poke and safety in lane as well.
yeah, most definitely. And also, I mean, the Emperor's Divide, past six just offers a lot of zone CC, and yeah, it's gonna stop or either leave one of the front lines of Space Monkey Mafia in the back line of Synergee, and that can cause a catastrophe if they make a good pick.
So I'm pretty sure it's just terrain, right? So it's terrain that's got a knockback when you deploy it. And then after that, it's just plain old terrain, which means that Menacol would be able to headbutt through it.
Um, I'm pretty sure it acts as if it's like I'm pretty sure you can't go through it because I'm pretty sure I've seen like Lucians try to dash through and stuff and they bounce back off.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's like yeah, unless it's like Israel dash or a flash, then you can't get over it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but very
So
very
hang
cool
on,
mechanic there.
so just thinking about Alistar's his headbutt, you
Mhm,
can actually headbutt over a wall, right? If you've got vision over the wall, you can headbutt
mhm.
over it.
Yeah,
So, all right. Well, I guess if they get denied by Azir, somebody in the Twitch chat confirm or deny this, please, because well, we've got Poon who probably knows what he's talking about, and me, who's just like randomly, wildly speculating. Uh,
bit of
so
theory crafting.
theory crafting completely. In the meantime, we've got our lanes all sorted out now. Posmill has picked up in their last pick there, Cassiopeia. And now we've got shenanigans going along, things getting swapped around. I doubt that we're going to have Reptox playing Cassiopeia. So in the mid lane, we'll have Cassiopeia going up against the Azir. In the bottom lane, we've got Reptox on Vayne. So a late game carry and kind of, I suppose, an answer to the possibilities of Azir in the late game.
Yeah, obviously Reptox's Vayne, something we've also casted before. Very impressive play. Did very well against. I'm pretty sure it was a Callista, which is supposed to counter the Vayne. So yeah, obviously a very strong Vayne player there. But the Vayne pickup is going to be quite interesting against a Gnar and Sejuani, as both of those can really punish short range ADCs, and Vayne being one of the shortest range ADCs. So it's going to be interesting to see if Reptox can position properly and kite around the team fights, assassinate the players he needs to kill. But yeah.
Yeah, so in lane, a Vayne versus a Severe, I think it's not too bad. As Vayne is going to be able to dash out of the way or tumble at least out of the way of the boomerang blades, and the Severe's range isn't that good, is it?
Nah, Sivir
No.
and Vayne sharing kind of equal attack ranges, so
Yeah.
it's going to come down to if Reptox can just dodge Q, which is one of the biggest damage dealing spells of Sivir in laning phase and out of lane. But yeah, we'll see if Zeus can use the spell shield effectively to block Minako's combos, and also if King Tit can also just use his spell shield as well to block the combos. So it will be interesting. It's going to definitely come down to the skill matchup.
All right, in the top lane, the good old standard top lane bruiser in the form of well, I want to say Nivea, but Aurelia,
Aurelia, yeah.
Aurelia going up against really since he's come onto the fields of justice, Nah has really been dominant. So it's kind of old school versus new school, although not really that new school these days.
Yeah, well, Aurelia, obviously. I mean,
Old school, yeah.
I've been blowing Luke's horn for a long time. Top three Aurelias in OCE, so it's gonna be
You know
some
what?
big.
I'm just going to interrupt there because in a different context, that would be a pretty rude thing to say.
Yeah, well, imagine that in the best context, and that's what I meant. Okay.
I'm sure
It's like-
Luke enjoys getting his horn blown.
I'm sure he does as well. Okay, back to keeping it PG, as I was saying.
Oh, sorry.
Luke being
Yes,
being
this
an
is
extremely
secondary
talented
schools.
Aurelia player,
Yeah.
gonna probably give Dingus, a hard time in lane, and obviously gonna probably punish the backline of Synergy here. But yeah, as you're saying, a very strong pickup that's come into meta, or pretty much ever since he was made or created, should I say? Because Na offers that a lot of AoE CC, especially in his mega Na ult, and also gives a lot of just DPS in his uh mini Na, yeah, mini Na. So
and
Na,
and control of the battlefield, because that boomerang that he throws out
mm,
with the slow is very, very effective. It's impossible. I mean, it's impossible to kite away from it. Once he lands one, you're pretty much done. He can
yeah,
stick on you from that point onwards, and it enables him to kite away as well. So he's going to have a bit of range on Luke's Aurelia, but of course Aurelia has the dash.
yeah,
And it doesn't matter how slow you're moving. If you've got a dash, you get right in range, and then it's murder she wrote.
yeah, exactly.
Although then Dingus will have the bounce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bounce is actually kind of deceptively long, especially because a lot of times you want to stay back when Na has Mega, right? Or coming up to Mega. But a lot of the times he'll just be reaching Mega and then get the double bounce and in midair turn into Mega Na. And that, like, that the amount of distance he can engage from is extremely long. So Repto's gonna have to space perfectly if he's not gonna want to not get caught in that Mega Na.
Okay, so I'm just wondering. I'm getting a couple of messages here and there that I've got some frames getting dropped. So uh, when we get into game, I would appreciate if our viewers would just let me know how the quality of the stream is going, and just tell me if we've got any actual stuttering on the screen on the stream. So everything seems to be okay and normal from my side of things. But so we're into the skin battle, Poon, and what do we have? We've got just 3 skins across the top, so a
And
little disappointment there. We got 3 across the bottom as well, including Ghost Bride Morgana, which is the best Morgana skin.
I love it.
And we'll see what Chainsaw has
Yeah,
picked up for his jungler.
yeah, Chainsaw has the opportunity to make this the fourth skin on that Sejuani. Well, Sejuani, yeah, Sejuani. So hopefully he pulls through for his team here, giving them the edge at the start of the game. But we'll definitely see.
So what are we anticipating happening in these team fights? Because to my mind, both of these teams have an incredible amount of battlefield control, lots and lots of CC, and a fair amount of escape capability as well. Across both of these teams. So we might talk about we mentioned some of the CC that Gnar brings when he's in Mega 9. We've talked a little bit about Azir's divide.
Hmm.
And then there's Sejuani's ulti that freezes everybody that it comes into contact with, well, in a straight line. So we've got a huge amount of CC that can get stacked there, but we've got great disengage from Gragas if he chooses to disengage for it, and then Menacol on the Alistar, of course. And to top it all off, anybody who gets in the face of Posmil is going to get turned to stone.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, both teams having extremely strong team fighting compositions, but I'm gonna have to give the late game edge across to Space Monkey Mafia, just because of the sheer late game carries they have. And just a pause coming through here real quick. Yeah, I'll just address the teams. Uh, yeah, Gragas and Sejuani being two of the higher priority picks. Rek'Sai may have been banned away. I'm not quite sure, but yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Sejuani. Oh
She
yeah.
was. Sorry, she was.
Oh, she was. Sorry, yeah, got me, got me back for last year. Yeah, sorry, she was banned away. Obviously, Spartan Fire is one of his best champions, and Sejuani offers a AoE stun lock with the potential, obviously, with the Glacial Prism, but Gragas offers a different kind of pick potential. If one of their carries stands out of line or mispositions, then Gragas is just going to be able to, ult them back into the team. So it's going to come down to micro positioning by both the ADCs and the carries of both teams.
Oh, I like
But
that micro positioning.
yeah, position, I mean, past silver, it's important to position. I mean, at all elos, it's important to position, but you get punished extremely hard in high elos.
Yeah.
Um,
So just a quick note to the players or the viewers in the Twitch channel. I need some humans, or I need a human to put up their hand to volunteer to be a moderator for the night and ban out all of these bots. I've already banned out one. So who's king? Tiberius. You want to be
oh,
mod?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tiberius is well, a mate of mine. I'm pretty sure he'll do a good job. Just type your kappas in the chat. Teach Crashes how to kappa.
All right, so I've added Tiberius into the mods list.
Okay,
Kappa. There
okay.
you go.
Don't let us down. Don't let us down.
So we'll see. So while we're waiting for this pause to happen to unpause, Just a quick reminder to the teams that I have not forgotten to send out the MVP awards. I'm still working on Photoshop to make the whole thing pretty. So they are coming, and what I should actually do is I should take a photo of the cards, the unthing cards, and just post them, lest people start to believe that they are just myth and legend.
Yeah, give a bit of motivation to the players.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
I'm pretty sure a lot of MVPs are going across the Space Monkey Mafia anyways. A lot of high quality play by this team. I think two of the members have already picked up MVPs.
Yeah,
Correct?
and that just reminds me to say that we really should be getting other teams to play on the stream because we want to spread the love. We want to demonstrate to the whole world because we have an international audience. Let's face it,
Yeah.
that New Zealand is producing the finest of League of Legends players.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Anyone in this championship can be the next Faker, you know? Who knows?
How
So
much do you
definitely
get paid, Tiberius? Well, I do know that if you have a horn, it could get polished.
Oh, here we go.
Well, what's it? No, blown. There you
Yeah,
go.
blown. Tooting the horn.
Tooting the horn.
But yeah, very interesting to see there wasn't any Hecarim picks or other. I mean, there was a lot of high priority picks still left up. I mean, obviously the Hecarim. The Rise was still up. That wasn't banned away from what I can remember. And you know, Rise obviously even after being nerfed, still a very strong pick. I mean,
Urias is a monster.
yeah, I mean, even earlier today, I was I was playing a bit of solo queue and a bit of YOLO queue, and this Rise just like stunned me 4 times within like 6 seconds, and I was just like, what? It's just disgusting to play against, especially if you're a short-ranged ADC. So interesting to see neither team picking it up, and the readies are coming through. So I'm pretty sure unpulls will come through soon. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it's going to come down to which team can capitalize the early game. It's going to be interesting to see which lane Spartan 5 and Chainsaw, respectively, try to pressure. I'm going to probably assume that it might be the mid lane, top lane-ish, because there's not a lot of kill pressure in the bot lane. I mean, there's the Siva Morgana. You're never going to catch them out with anything because double spell shield, obviously. And well, Minako is going to be a brick wall if Sejuani comes through. So yeah, I'm going to say the featured matchup might be the top lane or the mid lane. So yeah, where are we going to be sending your eyes, Crisis?
Well, at the moment, it's on Twitter.
Is Twitter blowing up?
Absolutely. It is all a buzz. People are voting left, right, and centre. Now, I'm just putting a post out on the Gamestah Twitter, which I think I can do a little. There you go. Do a little drop there on the stream. Just on the Twitter, putting out the link to the stream. And so if you're following at Gamestah, you would have gotten that link and you'll be able to join the stream. But of course, if you heard me saying that, you're already on the stream, so it's kind of redundant. So Reptox at the moment in the mid lane, just doing a little dance. And what do we have? We've got the red team now just in a kind of a semi-defensive posture up there in the tri-brush at the top lane. And the rest of the team... quite standard opening, Poon, in terms of hanging around the Gromp.
Both teams just fanning out, you know, just staying to their own. But Synergee actually laying down all the wards, and Space Monkey Mafia only putting down one for there. So obviously not really scared for the invade, obviously. And yeah, this is gonna go real standard starts. It's kind of interesting to see that players in WSL haven't implemented the. Well, I see a lot of players in LCS or pro leagues starting a camp, like the bot side starting either Krugs or Gromp, and the jungler just starts red. The jungler smites Gromp and then goes straight to blue without getting the XP and gives it to the bot lane so they can get a slight advantage. But
right, so he gets the buff, but the XP goes to the bottom lane.
Yeah, they smite it so the bottom lane can take it faster, and then the bottom lane gets full XP so they hit level 2 first. Yeah.
All right. So none of that happening in this game. Synergee's jungler getting full, all of the buffs and the XP. So looking at the top lane, we've got Dingus versus Luke. They've had a couple of exchanges already, but not a huge amount of How's Your Father, and they're kind of neck and neck in terms of CS. So nothing really much going on here in the early phases of the game. Mid lane, Poon, Posmil versus Kaze. Who's your pick for the early game between Cassiopeia and Azir?
Well, the thing for Zia, Azir has to push Cassiopeia into the turret and hope that she just lasts us under turret because if you let Cassiopeia dictate the lane, she's gonna bully you extremely hard and might go for that level 2 all in bot lane actually. Pulverize flash and the first blood goes towards the Minotaur, right? I mean, Red Clock should I say? Yeah,
Whoa,
Minotaur
so
just
I'm just going to hit the backspace, mate,
yeah,
so that we
alright.
can watch that happening down in the bottom lane, because I was just a little bit too slow. I was watching the mid lane. So Minotaur flashes, headbutts Zeus into range of the turret, and even though Zeus flashes away, the damage is already done. Picks up a turret hit, and Reptox finishes them off. So nicely played there. Well
Yeah,
spotted.
that was the just the threat of Minotaur being hitting level 2 and just doing that pulverized flash. I mean, it's very hard to react in time and move away from the turret, and just taking a turret hit was enough for the kill across on Morgana. So good early
And
kill on.
and Minotaur absolutely knows the champion very, very well. He knows exactly when he's going to pop the next the next level, and he's just ready. And obviously, Reptox, who's been playing with an Alistar next to him for ages, knows exactly what's coming. So good play there.
Yeah, Minotaur obviously knowing the limits of his champion and very comfortable in the Alistar as you said, and yeah, very well played by both members of the bot lane. It's
Oh,
going to be interesting.
Tiberius. Tiberius is asleep.
Oh yeah.
There's a bot who needs to get banned. Oh, there you go. Nice. Nicely well done. So we're into a pause again, and I think we've probably had more pause than actual broadcast so far.
Yeah, there may be some connection issues. I'm not quite sure what the issues were. Luke saying you can resume, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there was actually a bit of aggression going on in the mid lane. Both mid laners taken really low, and Spartan 5 actually going for the gank on the top lane, but unsuccessful. Now just jumping away from that. So apart from the level 1 first blood, or level 2 first blood, should I say, at the bot lane, very standard starts.
So hang on,
Interesting.
hang on.
Oh,
Oh, did you go back to live? Because remember
oh,
I said I was going to hit the backspace.
oh yeah. What's your time
My
currently?
time is 3:47.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, fantastic. All right, no,
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
yeah.
I'm just more aware. I just got that the player map awareness going on.
Ah, that's the thing, you see. Like, Trick 2G talks about putting a big, second monitor and putting a large mini map
hmm
just on that monitor. And it's like, why would I do that? It's just another monitor to ignore.
Yeah. I mean,
I never
yeah.
look at it anyway.
I've heard of people that have like two monitors running, but I mean, I'm quite me personally as a player, I'm quite bad on map awareness. So I don't know. Chainsaw actually having some connection issues, I think. But yeah, I was watching Chainsaw's clear early, and he had some issues with the camps. Like only made it to walls and had the back because of how low he was getting. So I don't know what the issues were there. Maybe he DC'd and got chunked really low, but quite unfortunate for him.
There you go, just fixing up my mouse pointer that had appeared mysteriously. So one and oh, heading to the 4 minute mark. Not much has gone on. I like to see that Kazi has taken your advice, Poon, and is pushing his lane up and not letting the Casio bully him.
Yeah, very good of him there. I mean, obviously good player sense there, knowing that he has to dictate the lane against Cassiopeia before she kind of just rampages through it. But Cassiopeia, Posmo should I say, running the cleanse over ignite, so obviously not that much kill pressure in this lane. I mean, if Posmo ran that ignite, I think it would have been an easy second level or third level kill. So interesting call there. Posmo opting for the safe option, gonna cleanse those Morgana bindings and the Dingus ults. Oh, actually, three members of the Synergee team he can cleanse if he's fast enough. So interesting pick, a safe pick for that summoner, and we'll see how it plays out. See what chat's doing. Oh
So cleanse isn't going to help against Emperor's Divide.
no, yeah, there's nothing he can cleanse against Azir in that matchup.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
the team fights, it might help with him if he gets caught out,
Yeah,
by
a dark binding or
hmm
or eating a house from Nah,
Yeah, or
or
Glacial Prism or any of the.
yeah. So there is quite a bunch. So
hmm
we'll see if Menacol decides to help his team as well and build a. Is it a chalice?
What
Uh,
are you talking? Oh, Crucible, yeah,
the
Mikhail's
Crucible. That's
Crucible.
it.
hmm
Yeah. See if he builds a Crucible. Mark of a fine support isn't just lane dominance and
hmm
getting your ADC fed up, but it's also supporting within the team fights, doing the peels, doing the initiations if necessary, but doing the peels and clearing the stuns. So I can't recall in the previous games that we've covered of these guys, Poon, whether he has actually ever built a Crucible.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure because well, Crucible obviously an item that you want to pick if your ADC is not going to go for that QSS early, since basically a QSS for them. But I think Menocal quite the selfish support player. Just goes for the tankier items such as maybe an Aegis into a Iron Solari or maybe something like a Righteous Glory, which is alright, but obviously not offering the same amount of peel as a Crucible would. But might opt for it against this team comp, which would be a good call by him, or Reptox might pick it up as a third item. So we'll see how it plays out. Oh,
Yay, we got a resume and then an unresume. So
and
not.
then and then I resume again.
Yeah, there you go. So King Tits at the moment taking a little bit of damage as we head straight into another pause.
Oh
Plenty of
god.
time to think about. This is the exact opposite of what happens in team fights, where like everything happens in 5 seconds, and you've got to pick something to talk about when you're calling the match. Here we have like a frame by frame takedown or chase onto King Tit by Reptox and Menacol.
Yeah, yeah. Reptox, I think, well, there's obviously no kill pressure here, but I think Reptox is going to get some damage down, try bully him, so he can't play as far up. Yeah, King Tit should not have been standing where he was at the time. I mean, obviously in a 1v2 lane, just gonna getting punished for it as we can see right now. So
Do
he's
you,
gonna be pushed back. Oh,
yeah.
continue. What were you
No,
saying?
carry on.
Oh no, yeah, sorry. He's just gonna be pushed back, probably get chunked into about half health, and yeah, then he's just gonna eat a pot and just farm away. But if he gets forced back before he can afford a BF or maybe a pickaxe, it's going to be extremely good because the thing when you play Vayne against a Sivir is if you can force a Sivir or or a Caitlyn or any ADC like that that has to build a BF preferably, uh, yeah, on their first, if you can force them back earlier, someone like Vayne doesn't get punished as much because they can build obviously double longsword into a Vamp Scepter into a
Yeah.
yeah, so their back build path doesn't get as affected as much because items aren't as expensive. So it's a big way of winning lane if you just can force them back before they can get 1550 gold. And yeah, Reptox obviously implementing that. I don't know if subconsciously or on purpose, but good high level play here.
I mean, it could just be as simple taking advantage where the advantage exists. King Tit is alone in the lane after that first blood, and you've got fantastic CC already with Menacol's level 3 at this stage, and Condemn on Vayne as well. So they're just bullying him out of lane, making sure that he's not able to farm, maybe lose a couple of CS along the way. Or every little bit helps as we head into the
Yeah,
fourth resume of the game and back into the action. So if we have a quick look at the top lane, Spartan 5 paid a visit, as you mentioned, to the top lane and is heading on out right now while Luke gets to farm underneath the turret. Spartan 5 looking to get a little bit of intelligence on, well, in fact, not intelligence, he just wants to steal camps here in the red team's top jungle. And just around the corner, we've got Chainsaw taking his red.
yeah. Obviously, I think he assumed that the red was already taken. Oh, actually,
Hello,
with the red.
he's been caught, and he actually seems to be asleep because
Oh,
he
I
didn't
think
react
maybe
at
AFK.
all.
Yeah, I think Chainsaw's having connection issues. I mean, at the very least, I think he may have moved if he was.
Yeah, surely there's going to be another pause that comes through because, in fact, during those pauses, it was Chainsaw that was dropping and coming back.
Yeah, so
So, ouch.
I don't know what they might. Yeah, if I was them, I'd try putting us up for game 2 if Chainsaw can't get his connection issues together, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, really excited. Yeah, Chainsaw DCing quite. Yeah, once again. So
So he's DC'd, and it seems like the players have decided not to carry on, not to take another pause. And Spartan 5 just rubbing it in by taking the jungle, clearing the jungle, and leaving the small camps behind.
yeah, Spartan 5 making the most of a bad situation for Synergee, kind of punishing them for the DC. I mean, yeah, I want to say bad sportsmanship, but I mean,
Yeah,
you can't blame the
I
guy.
mean, at the worst, it's bad manners. I
Yeah,
wouldn't not necessarily bad sportsmanship. You got to take advantages where you can get them,
yeah,
and you know what? You don't get to the top of the table without treading on some toes.
that's true. But I mean, I trust in the Riptox Minotaur carry in the bot lane. I mean,
Yeah, you've been talking them up all night. This better be a 2-0. So if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the WSL, the Wellington Secondary League Championship, and the match format is best of two, which sounds a bit weird because, like, what's the best of two? Well, you get 1 point if you win a game, and another point if you win another game, and a bonus point if you've won both of those games. So there's a possibility for each team to come away with a point out of tonight, and then there's a possibility for a team to get 2 points for the win and a bonus point for winning both of those games
Mm.
out of it. So a 3-0 effectively.
Yeah, it's the Korean. I think it's what the Koreans use for their matches, and
Why don't
hopefully,
you have mod in this channel?
well, no, I'm a mod, but I can't mod others, and
Oh, do you know why? Okay, so what you need to do is you need to follow the Twitch channel,
mhm.
and then I've got to set you up as an editor.
I'm already following. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well then I've got to set you up as an editor. It's entirely my fault. I apologize.
Oh, come on.
It's
Okay,
all of
another pause coming through finally. Apparently
yay.
last time, and we'll see how long we can go, before the next pause. Miracle just eating a binding there, but it's gonna be alright. No follow up there by King. I mean, obviously the wave's too big. He can't. He's just gonna take a lot of minion aggro if he decided to trade with that.
Yeah,
And
and I mean if you're Reptox and Menacol, you actually like the bindings to end up on top of on Menacol anyway, because you know he'll just eat them, heal himself up with a couple of E's, and he's tanky as already. I mean, look at the size of his health bar.
yeah, Miracle obviously, he's a big cow. What's expected, and I'm just gonna heal him up with a bit of those Targon stacks. And yeah, obviously, I'm not quite sure if SMM actually knows this at this point, but Chain's on the top side of the map, so no pressure on the bot side, and Reptile's going to be safe if he just... Oh, yep, actually potting up already, so out of pots. And yeah, he's just going to farm this lane out to the best visibility, and just scale up to the mid game.
I mean the, the Mafia bottom lane does have the advantage, but Reptox still is squishy as Vayne. So there is still a bit of risk that's going on here. You know, if Reptox eats a binding, and the Black Shield effectively prevents Menacol from doing the peel, then we could have a sudden turnaround of fortunes for the bottom lane. Now at the top manages to just get away. Dingus, by the skin of his teeth, Luke surviving with about 250 HP and driving his lane opponent out of lane. Nicely done.
Yeah, Chainsaw on the bottom side, but only level 3 right now. It's kind of a brutal clear at this point. I mean, obviously getting his red stolen. You're going to try to take this Scuttle Crab in the mid, get a bit of vision there, and might see what he can do at the bot side of the map. It's going to be a very hard lane to gank, especially when Minacol's, 5 nearly hitting 6. So, we'll see what Chainsaw can do. I think he's going to opt to farm. Oh no. Oh, yep, farm.
Yeah. For a moment it was like he was thinking about heading down to bottom lane, but a level 3 Sejuani against level 5 Vayne and Alistar, probably not a good idea. So he's heading on over to the Grom, trying to catch up some levels. Meanwhile, he is Spartan 5 going in for an invade and getting ward down on the blue. So he's going to look to spoil a little bit. In fact, he's caught Chainsaw there, gets a headbutt down onto him, and he's ruthless, man, going for the kill, driving him out of the jungle, flashes through, gets a final auto attack down, and picks up yet another kill. So 3-0 for the Mafia.
Yeah, Spartan 5 is running all around the jungle, and pretty much no response by the bot lane of, or till now, no response by the bot lane of Synergee, and probably just gonna be able to body slam away from that. Actually, Azir rotating across. And,
Yeah, so King Tid has arrived as well. This might actually turn around. Spartan 5 has hit 6 though. He manages to get away. He's got a smidgen of HP and eats a binding. Beautifully done there. Meanwhile, Menacol picks up a kill on Azir just off screen there as we were following. In fact, I think it might have been on screen. As we were following that beautiful long-range binding. Chainsaw gets caught yet again, headbutted down. Reptox has eaten the binding and takes quite a bit of damage, but there's no follow-up because, of course, Chainsaw still only level 4.
Yeah, Zeus weaving these bindings in very well done, hitting the priority targets and actually sniping Spider on the back end of that. But we missed Luke getting a solo kill on the top lane against Dingus there, so props to Luke. I didn't actually watch it, I just saw it in the notifications. But yeah, obviously did something good.
Did some magic.
Yeah,
and,
worked out a rally of top magic, so.
And out of all of that, Posmil walks away with the blue anyway. So they've managed to steal the blue. That's going to be a special time. Well, we've got a couple of choices here. We could get the blue onto Luke and Aurelia. Aurelia is a little bit hungry for mana early on. But why not just put it on Gragas? And in fact, ultimately, I guess you could just refresh Posmil's blue. So lots of choices in terms of what to do with their own blue.
Spartan 5 being a Medios like kind of player, if you will, you know, kind of the carry jungler that'll farm and take the buffs and kind of carry via that. And as you can tell, obviously punishing the enemy team with his Gragas so far. So I would be surprised if he picked it up for himself and just kept on trying to punish Sejuani.
Oh man, missing everything left, right and center. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a complaint written into the Gamestah studios after tonight's match, because down in the bottom lane we had yet another kill, and again it was solo. So Reptox Menacol versus King Tit. I want to say King T1 Turbo. So King Tit goes down, and unfortunately, you know, when there's so much CC, we've got 3 instances of CC. Even if you've got a spell shield like Siva has, it's not enough. Meanwhile, middle lane, Posmil gets eaten alive by Kaze. We've got Spartan 5 coming in for a try and response, but Chainsaw's managed to pick up 6, gets his ulti down, freezes Spartan 5, who's managing to get away because for some reason Kaze was kind of non-committal there. He was hanging around going, yeah, not really sure if I want to go in. And maybe it's because he knew that Luke was coming down.
Yeah, Kaze actually doing very well there on the Azir. He actually did a Azir insect, if you will, with the wall and put Posmil into turret range. So Posmil took 2 turret hits and yeah, ended up being half the reason he lost the fight. Also missing the petrifying glaze. So, petrifying gaze. So yeah, very well played there.
He was eating a donut.
Yeah, but very well played there by Chainsaw actually being able to catch up and hit 6. So yeah, very good job there. And it's going to be good, Kazuya picking up his own blue via killing Posmil. So you're going to be able to spam those sand soldiers out and just farm this lane out.
Down in the bottom lane we've got Menacol and Reptox pushing way up underneath the turret, almost going for a dive. Not really following through, but in position to do so. And Reptox very, very narrowly tumbling out of the path of one of those bindings, which I think would have turned the tides quite significantly. That binding had landed underneath the turret. I think we would have seen the Siva ult and a dead Vayne. But that's not going to happen today. Yep.
Yeah, Reptox actually being up 30 CS in this lane. So obviously doing very well on the farming side and also punishing the enemy Siva. And oh yeah, slicing the binding away. And yeah, very well played by the bot lane of Space Monkey Mafia. But obviously don't underestimate the pick potential of Morgana with the Siva, you know, obviously just CCing the Q with the Boomerang Blade, a lot of damage coming through. But not really much pressure being shown by Chainsaw on the bot side. And Space Monkey Mafia's bot lane is going to be able to play aggressively as they want right now because they know the whole enemy side is on the top.
Yeah, Spartan might be in a bit of trouble. He eats an Emperor's Divide as he tries to get away from Dingus, who responded to the call from Chainsaw with the jungle invade. Chainsaw getting a little bit of attention though from Luke. He might actually ruin everything. I think he'll try and dash through. Nice little follow-up there from Luke, and a flash, in fact, is required because he got frozen by Luke's ulti, and he picks up the kill there. So not really sure what happened there because things were looking good in terms of the jungle support from the mid lane, Poon, but unfortunately Chainsaw getting himself caught by Luke.
Yeah, another one of Spartan's invades there, forcing both the top lane and the mid lane of Synergee to come across. And even though Spartan going down, they're picking up 2 kills on the backside of that over to Luke and Posmil. And the bot lane of Space Monkey Mafia picking up the bot lane turret. So good search of gold. No Baron attempting mage yet. Baron Dragon, should I say. At 13 minutes, it'd be interesting to see a Baron at 13, especially since they spawn at 20. But yeah.
Yeah, it's been all about the invasion. It's taking, you know, Gragas hasn't had to do anything about these dragons because he's had a level advantage. So rather than leaving Chainsaw to farm and try and catch up, get back into the game, he's used that level advantage, gotten the invades in and tried to steal some camps. Now, hasn't worked out so well in the last one, although that said, Luke did pick up a kill out of it. So Yeah, swings and roundabouts. It's 8-3 heading into the 14-minute mark, and the gold lead Poon sitting at almost 5,000 in favor of the Mafia.
Yeah, Spartan 5 doing his best job to hold down Chainsaw and not let him get back into the game, but Chainsaw doing a good job and farming up those camps, matching or almost matching level with Spartan. So props to Chainsaw on that. I mean, especially after all those DCs. And it'll be interesting to see what he can do with these glacial prisons. Actually, fight going down mid, but the spell shield actually saving Kazuya there from the explosive cast on Gragas. I mean, if without the spell shield, he would have been hit into Cosmo's ult. So very good job there by Zeus on the spell shield.
Reptox thinks he's found King Tit, and in fact he might take him. Beautiful positioning there to get out of harm's way. Picks up the kill, might pick up a double. In fact, he does, and it's all on like Donkey Kong in the blue jungle. Sorry, the red jungle around the blue buff. Luke picks up his killing spree out of that, and that is a 3-0 invade onto the blue. And Posmil is going to be absolutely singing all day long because he's going to get yet another blue buff.
Yeah, Luke mirroring the TP there by Dingus, so very good play there, helping his team obviously. A lot of top laners would have just kept on pushing top probably. But yeah, as you said, very good positioning there by Reptox, and no one actually want to take the dragon apparently. Okay. Poison Tick gonna kill that.
Nice little transition. So they had the timer on the blue, didn't they? Headed on around there, picked up a couple of kills, 3 kills. And then everyone was present and accounted for a dragon push, and they've taken the first dragon at 15 minutes.
Yeah, conveniently enough, Reptox using his mechanics to get out of a sticky situation. I mean, it looked like he was in a bit of an unfavorable situation. I mean, about 2v1 or 3v1, but team of Space Hockey Mafia rotating across, doing a good job. You know, not really implementing the buddy system, but making it there in time, not being lazy in lanes, and yeah, as you can see, picked up 3 kills, dragging off the back of that. So well played.
So Chainsaw picking up the Gromp, and you can just see Reptox skulking about looking for it, but he was right on it. Oh, beautiful prediction from Zeus. Picks up Reptox with a Q, and that takes him down because Reptox, of course, was sitting on a ward in that bottom brush.
Yeah, as we were saying, that's the potential, the Morgana Siva right there. I mean, just 1 Q landing and following up with the Boomerang Blade, and that's a lot of damage coming across, and Reptox paying with his life for that slight mistake. Yeah, sitting in a brush that you don't know if it's water or not is kind of risky, especially when you support players in there to help you. So, bit of a misplay there by Reptox, but not really going to hurt him that much in the long run.
You think?
Oh, Dingus actually going in the mid lane to try gank Posmo here, and Posmo actually flashing the Emperor's Divide, very nicely flashed away there, and good play there by Posmo.
Yeah, so it's not all over Rover. Despite having those DCs, Chainsaw getting himself to level 9 now, and in comparison, Spartan 5 also only at level 9. So Chainsaw right back into this game and not going to hold things back for sure. Maybe where's his disadvantage? In fact, his CS isn't that bad as well. He's only 13 behind.
Actually, the only disadvantage is in the items. You see Spartan here picking up obviously a Catalyst in the mobility boots, and actually has 3 wards in his inventory, so very good team play there. Obviously spending his money to help the team with vision, and that's something everyone, or especially in low elos, if you're not aware, pick up a lot of wards. It helps a lot, and yeah, helps to not get picked out, especially against a pick comp such as Sejuani, Morgana. So well played. Good choice to ward up a lot.
So Menacol lurking in the jungle while the rest of his team puts on a push for the mid lane. Well, not the rest of his team, because Vayne is split pushing like a madman and doing a great job of it, and just completely uncontested at this stage. Siva's been sent around now to try and deal with him, but I think it's going to be too little too late. This turret has taken a huge amount of damage. No, well, he won't kill it, because obviously Siva's got great wave clear.
Yeah, Siva just gonna pop that ricochet. In worst case scenario, throw the Boomerang Blade as well. So it's gonna be hard for Space Hockey Mafia to siege these turrets across. But I mean, that Alistair pickup kind of denies any help the turret will, give, since Alistair can just pop his ult, the Unbreakable Will, and just pretty much tank the turret indefinitely until the fight's over. And Reptox just hitting King Tit 2 auto attacks and almost down to half health, showing how strong he is right now. And mid lane going down, so...
Yeah, in the end it was just walk up to the turret and tap it a couple of times. There was no contest really from Synergee at that stage. And
Oh, Pinnacle going down on the bot lane. It's a 2v3, 3v3 at this point. Riptos kiting back. Oh, actually dodging the Glacial Prison there. Very well tumbled there. And, oh, a nice explosive cast there by Spartan 5. And
well, Reptox has actually picked up a double kill there, going in for his triple. Sorry, no, it wasn't. It wasn't that first. Chainsaw didn't get taken down by Reptox in the end there. But beautiful, beautiful play. And we're down to what? Oh, it's going to be an ace. In fact, as it's just the whole map belongs to the Space Monkey Mafia at the moment. They've been collecting their protection money and owning things up. So pushing through the bottom lane, second tier turret. And in fact, they've got the wave with them, so they're going to go for an inhib turret as well. And I think they'll be fine to take it down in short fashion, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately for Synergee, they had the right idea there, but the way they rotated, they kind of rotated one by one, which allowed Space Monkey Mafia to pick them apart, which obviously you saw. And yeah, Menacol using the Alice to a full extent, you know, diving the turret as I said he would. And yeah, well played by Space Monkey Mafia, just kind of dissecting the map at this point.
Team Blue Pill at 20 minutes at 16-4. That gold lead now 11,000, and that's kind of getting into the realm of insurmountable, Poon, for this game. So I wonder at what point Synergee starts saying to themselves, look, we'll take what we can from this. There's no bonus point really. It's just a matter of learning, observing how the Mafia rotate around the map and play the game for the next time that they meet. Because this game's getting a bit out of their reach, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you can always hope. I mean, we have the synergy between if Chainsaw hits a 5-man ult, now hits a 5-man ult, Siva hits a a good ult.
So perfect team fight.
Yeah, there's a potential there, but yeah, as you said, at this point against a good team, it's gonna be real hard for them to. You don't really see good teams throw away leads like this. I mean, you pretty much force a lot of objectives here and not really get punished for it. Just the amount of gold lead you have, how tanky you are, and Luke might dive this mid lane turret looking. Oh, he might just back off. Yeah, just gonna clear this pink across.
Yeah, it was all a distraction because the blue buff. So they've had this timer on the blue buff ever since it's I think second spawn or something like that. Reptox going for the kill, dives in, gets the tumble going, and Spartan 5 gets a flash through. Oh, it was a flash smite. There you go. Yeah. That's how he did it. Oh, as Kaze gets his Emperor's Divide going down, but Reptox is quite okay. And in fact, he's going. Why is he going that way? Yeah, oh, he wants to stick around, pick up another kill. Zeus is the one who goes down. Reptox remains in range and tries to go for Chainsaw. Nice little play there by Spartan 5, tanking the turret. And Reptox at the moment is just going everywhere he wants. He is absolutely bloodthirsty at this stage.
Extremely bloodthirsty on that Vayne play, and this Strength Break coming through, unsurprisingly. But we'll move on to this to the second game, and hopefully Chainsaw can fix connection issues, because the showing that we did see from Chainsaw was actually quite impressive. Even though show he did very well, to try catch up, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do in game 2.
Well, they've got an opportunity to come back and earn themselves a bonus point out of it. Of course, that would mean that Space Monkey Mafia would still stay at the top of the table, wouldn't it? Because they'd get a point. So they've got a point. They've secured their top of the table position. But it is a best of 2, ladies and gentlemen. And so Synergee have the opportunity to, well, cement second place and get a little bit of pride back and hopefully not have to deal with the kind of connection issues that they had before. Well, we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for staying tuned.